There we go. Hello. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be live streaming my reaction to Marc-Alexis Côté's reflection on the Assassin's Creed franchise. Oh, hang on, I've got my replay going back on my phone. Just to check the stream's alright. How is everyone? How you doing? This is a really long presentation. This is about 40 minutes. I was totally unexpected. But dropped at the BAFTAs of all places. So we're going to be reacting to the whole thing. I've got the full presentation here, for example. We're going to have it on this side. I'm on this side. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I was going to do this just as a normal video. But due to the length, and also, like, I think it's more entertaining because a lot of this is going to be sort of watching and reacting, so it's good to have, like, the chat in here and, you know, have your guys' opinions as well, because this is going to be quite influential. Also, I should point out, I still have a bit of a cold. I was very ill, so had to miss out on a couple of Odyssey recordings, but we're on top of things, don't you worry. Yeah, so I've still got a little bit of a cough, still got a bit of a sniffle, but I'm alright. I'm going to power through this. Mythweaver7, nice to see you. Regular on the Discord, good to see you. How you doing? And Galloway97, yes, let's go, let's go. We'll jump right into it. I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes for people to hop on in. I don't have my headphones on. My plan is just to play this through the screen, so if it sounds a bit sort of bad or if it sounds a bit dodgy, just let me know. Like a sound sort of test, I'm sure it'll be alright. Like I say, this is going to be a long one. There's a lot to go through, and this is the creative director of Assassin's Creed as a franchise, not just one of the games, like all of the games, doing this big presentation on how wonderful Assassin's Creed is. I think that's what this is. I watched about 10 minutes of it, and yeah, I could tell there was a lot to talk about, so I've sort of been planning this all day to sort of go through this. I've just released a video on the new intro that's being played in front of all the Assassin's Creed games. That just came out on the channel about an hour ago. That's what I've been editing before I came out on here. So everything is set. Should say as well that there is a sorry. I should say as well that there is an interview with the actors who were in Assassin's Creed Origins, Syndicate, and Odyssey. There's a nice little interview that's also on the BAFTA YouTube channel as well that you can watch. And that's a really cool interview. It's also about 45 minutes long. A lot of information on their interview process and what it's like to work on an Assassin's Creed game, like the physicality and also the voice acting. And it's especially interesting in the case of like Odyssey and Origins, where those games are like multiple choice. There's lots of things you can say, lots of RPG elements that are put into the way the characters speak, and so especially for like Bayek and Cassandra, it's a bit of a task as to whether they can keep the characters intact while also giving very conflicting answers to the dialogue options and stuff like that. It's a really cool interview, and I highly recommend watching it. And also the guy who is presenting the interview is the guy from, I don't know if anybody watches Doctor Who on this, but it's the guy who does the Doctor Who Unleashed behind the scenes episodes, which I'm a big fan of Doctor Who, so seeing him, Stephen Powell, was I was pretty excited. I was like, oh my god, like my two favourite franchises, and he's involved in both of them. I love that Jacob got enough screen time from the old marketing that they removed him from the intro. Yeah, he's had his time. he's had his time. He's done. Jacob is no longer allowed to be in any advertising. I mean, why would they cut him out? And why didn't we get Shay? I'm still so angry about that. I wish we'd gotten Shay at least, like, with the hood up and the blades. Like, just pretend he's an assassin, you know? He's literally the main character in an entire game. And, like, he's totally missing from this. Yeah, not great. I also prefer the old intro. I think the 15-year anniversary one with the gold just looked so much nicer and a lot more, like, dynamic like camera moves and stuff. This felt really quick, and I got a comment on my video. Somebody said that I was like stretching it out to 17 minutes when it's only a 23-second clip, and you know, I think that's kind of part of the problem though. I think it's a really short clip with not really much going on in it. Like, the most I can do is analyze the outfits in it. I think that they should have had some, like, just some cooler stuff going on. I mean, I am happy that it's not just the word Assassin's Creed with, like, clips inside the letters. That would have been really difficult because the font is thin. But also, yeah, it just wouldn't have worked, I don't think. Okay, Shea would have been cool behind Arno. Oh, yeah. Like, see, they could have... That would have been fun, wouldn't it? If they did, like, a little... You know, he's, like, sneaking up on him, or, I don't know, killing his dad in the background. I think, you know, they could have done something fun there. They could have really highlighted how all of the characters, like, complement each other and, like, are involved in each other's stories. You know, like, one leads on to another. I don't know. They could have done so much more there, but it is what it is. Maybe there's room for change. We could see some different variations on the intro as we go on. Maybe a more Shadows themed one as we go on. Who knows? Yeah, so honestly, Arno looked stiff in the intro. Yeah, I mean, I liked the design. Kind of a little bit different. Do you think? I think it was a little bit different from his normal one in terms of the colours and just the way things were positioned, especially on his chest. It looked like they'd kind of moved stuff about, but yeah. I mean, these are new renders, aren't they? They've just been made for this intro. Okay. Right. So, let's get into this, shall we? Because I think, yeah, we've had enough time to get people in. Just bear with me 1 second, sorry. It does. They use a new shade of blue. Yeah, there's something, isn't there? There's definitely something different about the way Arno looks. I don't know if any of the others looked particularly different, which is probably why it stood out so much. But anyway, let's get into this. I tell you what, let's do a quick test. I'm just going to go to a really random part of the presentation and just let me know whether the sound is alright, because I'm pretty much just going to play this through the screen. So does this sound okay? Like many of our IPs, this is my microphone here, picking up the sound from my speakers. It's not actually a separate audio track. Does this sound alright? Into something entirely new exemplifies how Ubisoft allows concepts. Just gonna turn that off there. So let me know what you think of that, if that sounds okay. If not, I'll do some technical stuff. Try and get it onto its own separate audio track, but I was just thinking this would be easier, and this way I don't have to wear headphones for the whole thing. Sounds good. Oh, is that okay then? Right, cool. We'll just do it like that then. A little soft, but it's alright. I can turn it up. I could turn it up a little bit more. So it's like the same volume as me. We'll adjust it as it goes on. If there's any issues, just let me know. The good thing is, we can hear it. So how random is this, that this was dropped on the BAFTA YouTube channel? Like, not even Ubisoft, not even Assassin's Creed. BAFTA, of all things, are recognising Assassin's Creed. I mean, I don't know. Bit of a random place to put it. So, I was messaging the Exile before I went live here, and he didn't even know this had happened. He didn't know there was any information, so I've had to fill him in on that. Right, let's go. Let's dive into this. Oh, I'm going to get copyrighted for the music, so I'm going to turn that down. Yeah, so there have been Assassin's Creed games. I like that for Odyssey they don't have any cinematic trailers, so they've had to use actual in-game footage. That's quite funny.
So, good evening, everyone.
There he is. There's the man.
Prestigious BAFTA Masterclass event.
Like the Instagram marketing. Yeah. Their marketing. Their marketing's been weird. So I hope I sound about the same volume as him.
Speak in front of such a distinguished audience, both here in London and for those watching at home.
Oh, that's us. That's us. We're watching at home. Do you guys want the? Oh, I can't really. I could put the subtitles on, but you're not going to be able to see all of them. I think I'm gonna keep them on just for me, just so I can see what they are. Also, I don't know how to make the chat transparent. Does anybody know how to make this chat transparent in videos? Because I usually just, well, I'm not too clued in on how to do it. Sounds good. Excellent. Okay.
Our craft can inspire and connect people. By reflecting on the legacy.
So when we recorded, I can't remember which Odyssey episode it was, but we read out a little statement from this guy, so we're quite familiar with who he is. He's been in the franchise for a very long time. Just got to turn this down. He's been in the franchise for a very long time, and he's basically been involved in like Syndicate, Odyssey, and Valhalla, so he's very like RPG focused. Yeah, so he's going to speak a lot about the problems they've had in the past and also what the new direction is going forward for Assassin's Creed, which is pretty crazy to start with.
Fresh out of university after completing my master's degree in software engineering. As you can imagine, I naturally began as a software engineer with a strong focus on improving my player experience.
That's interesting. So he started as like a gameplay guy. Very gameplay, less story.
From early roles as a designer on titles like Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
To overseeing larger projects like Syndicate and Odyssey.
Well, he was involved in Brotherhood 3 and Black Flag, which is a really good start. But then he took over in Syndicate, which is a less good transition.
How deeply my values align with Ubisoft's mission to enrich players' lives by creating original and memorable.
A lot of PR spiel, though. I must admit, a lot of this is just blah 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 blah. Filler words, lots of words.
Allowing us to explore diverse cultures, identities.
I don't know what this is, though. I don't get if this presentation is meant to like convince people. Is it like a shareholder thing, or is it a creative thing? Are these like promising young, I don't know, developers that he's like doing the presentation to? Because it's the BAFTAs. They're not. It's television. It's film and television. Why would they be watching games?
In a recent interview with the New York Times, I said, if there's a hill I'm willing to die on, it's defending the creative freedom of our teams. As we face growing pressures.
I mean, that's a good in theory.
To meet player expectations. Shifting cultural landscape and maintain authenticity in our storytelling, that mission is more important than ever. As we reflect on the incredible journey of Assassin's Creed,
love so you can't see this here, but he's got a photo of Altair where I am now. In fact, maybe you guys probably want to see that, don't you? If I move him there, is that better? You can kind of see more of his presentation there. Yeah, that kind of helps actually.
The awe of scaling heights that reveal stunning vistas. This sense of freedom, of agility and discovery draws players in. Yet it's the combination of the excitement with meaningful storytelling that defines the essence of Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
As players engage with the game,
so this is how he views the Assassin's Creed experience.
Characters like Ezio, who transforms from a vengeful youth into a master assassin.
I don't want to pause this, but the way he said Ezio there was really weird. Ezio.
Through these characters, players experience timeless.
To Cassandra, like he stopped at Cassandra. What about now and Yasuke?
From diverse perspective while immersed in the adventure. This combination, the joy of gameplay on one end and the richness of historical exploration on the other keeps players coming
I mean, yeah, the historical aspect is really good, but it's also got to tell a
It provides a
engaging story with its main characters. It's the story it's telling in that world more than its actual world, I would
by
say.
exploring universal themes like resistance to tyranny and the preservation of knowledge and identity. The franchise resonates with
Yeah,
players,
I mean, yeah, that
offering
is true.
both
Assassin's Creed
adventure
does do a lot of
and
that.
reflection on the challenges we continue to face today.
Like that one Roman kid in Origins.
From the very beginning, Ubisoft has embraced this diversity, not just in the stories that we tell.
Oh, look,
but
it's
in
the
how
thing.
we
It's the
tell.
thing they say at the beginning of the games.
Since the very first
They said the
Assassin's Creed
thing.
game, we open our games with a message that reflects on our core values. It's a statement that speaks to the heart of what we do at Ubisoft, crafting games that reflect the
Yeah, it really
richness
covers
of our world by
covers their
bringing
back if they
together
do
a
anything
wide
culturally
range
insensitive.
of voices,
Not that they've ever really done that, but I always find that message at the beginning of the games a little bit like, oh god, what does that mean? Like, what's coming up next if that's what you've got to tell us at the beginning? It's like a warning.
Excitement of unforgettable gameplay, and it is that fusion of creativity.
It's like when they say a Ubisoft original at the beginning of these games. Like, isn't every game made by any
the origins of Assassin's
like,
Creed are
studio
deeply rooted in
their
Ubisoft's
original?
creative process. Like many of our
It's not a
IPs,
Netflix
it
film.
began as something else entirely.
Not yet,
It
anyway.
was initially
I hope so.
envisioned as a spin-off of the Prince of Persia franchise.
Oh yeah, here we go.
This evolution from one idea
Bit of
into
Prince of
something
Persia.
entirely new exemplifies how Ubisoft allows concepts to grow, adapt, and emerge into fresh new IPs.
You know what? You know what? No, I am going to pause it. I didn't want to pause this too long because we'll be here forever, but I am going to pause that there because this is something that me and the Exiles spoke about on the Odyssey episode, was that I'm doing a lot of advertising for the Odyssey here. Please subscribe to the Odyssey. It's our Assassin's Creed podcast, comes out every Sunday. Next episode is coming out tomorrow, so even more convenient. I still need to render that, actually, so later tomorrow. But what we said on the podcast was that Assassin's Creed is a spin-off of Prince of Persia, whereas these days Ubisoft is in the direction of really banking on their franchises. They're not experimenting with much new, to the point where I don't think Assassin's Creed could then spin off into the RPG games being their own franchise. I think that's what they were going for, but they can't do that now. And it's a shame, because that is the direction that I think Assassin's Creed was going in, was that it sort of had its time. Unfortunately, Ubisoft wanted to spin off into a new franchise. That's, Prince of Persia, Assassin's Creed, now something else. But they couldn't, because Odyssey and Valhalla needed the name recognition in order to be sold. So I think they have to bank on Assassin's Creed now, and it's forced them to go back to the drawing board and reinvent Assassin's Creed in a way. So, I mean, let's see. I mean, he says later on about the phases of Assassin's Creed that's coming out, so let's wait and see that. Hey Toby, how you doing? I'm good. I hope you're doing well. How you doing on this fine Saturday evening? Let's carry this on.
Approach to animation and open world design.
By the way, the chat does have a bit of a delay, so when it comes through, when you can see it on my screen is when I can see it, maybe not when you actually type it. Because I think I'm a little bit ahead of the chat by like 10 seconds or something, so just so you know.
Redefine the standard for player freedom and agency, marking Assassin's Creed as a technical milestone in the gaming industry. But beyond the gameplay innovations, it's the Animus that became the heart of the franchise, providing the foundation for its lasting success. Through the Animus, players don't just visit history, they live it, reliving the memories of their ancestors. This concept, inspired by Carl Jung's theories of the collective unconscious, has allowed players to connect.
Honestly, Odyssey would be a cool mythology game if they used more myths. I agree with that. I agree with that. I think Odyssey is sort of it's half in, half out. I mean, the stuff with the Minotaur and the Cyclops and stuff is like actually really quite good. It's not good for Assassin's Creed, but it's good like as a game. It's cool. I still get like excited when I see a Minotaur or something, you know.
Settings and timelines while maintaining a cohesive
But it doesn't fit
narrative.
Assassin's Creed, and I think that's the
This
problem.
core principle that has allowed Assassin's Creed to remain fresh,
Yeah.
relevant, and engaging with players over 15 years, enabling them to explore the shared memory of humanity across vastly different eras. As Assassin's Creed evolved, we discovered that our characters were as much a part of the franchise.
Oh, I'm so glad he said that.
as the
Oh my
historical
god, that's a wonderful
settings
thing to say.
themselves.
That's a wonderful
This
thing to
became
say.
clear with the introduction of Ezio Auditore.
Ah,
His
there he
journey
is.
From reckless
There he
youth
is.
to master assassin helped us realize that the rich personal stories of our
Yes,
protagonists
yes,
tied to
yes.
their
Oh my
core
god,
values
yes. He's saying the right
resonate
things. He's saying the right things.
with players. Almost every Assassin's Creed story after Ezio has explored themes of family and legacy, which when
Oh,
you think about it, is central to the
family
very
and
heart
legacy.
of the
I mean, a lot of family members
DNA
die
has
in
a
these
bridge of
games.
connecting memories through generations.
So maybe I like the idea of legacy being a theme
Looking
of
back,
the Animus.
we can
That's
now see
nice.
three distinct periods in Assassin's Creed's evolution.
Oh.
The first period of Assassin's Creed, from the original game.
Oh, I thought those were the three different periods there. I was like, hang on a minute, that stops a bit early.
Was defined by the development of
Everything
our
up until Syndicate,
We
they
introduced
consider
players
one
to the
era.
Animus, historical immersion.
I'm gonna pause this here. I think we've already had 4 eras of Assassin's Creed. We have basically the Desmond games, or not even that. I'd say Assassin's Creed 1 till Revelations is like one cohesive story. Then we have from 3 till like from 3 till Rogue. That's like a trilogy. That's a cool trilogy of like the New World stuff, and you've got Freedom Cry and Liberation that sort of back that up and flesh that out a bit more. So that's my favourite era, by the way. Assassin's Creed 3, Liberation, Freedom Cry, Black Flag, Rogue. That's like my favourite. That's the era that I relate to the most. That's my favourite. Then we've got like Unity and Syndicate sort of stand on their own as like a bit of a, I don't know, Unity's like a massive innovation for the whole franchise, and then Syndicate is like slowly teetering because they realised it's a step back from Unity. It's the first time I think Assassin's Creed ever took a step back. I'm out of focus, so this always happens. There we go. It's the first time I think Assassin's Creed ever took a step back was with Syndicate. And now we get onto the RPG side of things, which I think's been a little bit sort of messy. It doesn't really define itself as an era. I think each game stands as its own era in terms of just how much and how many decisions are made with those games. I do feel like now it feels like we're in a new era. It feels like we're moving on from the Valhallas and the Odysseys. But it's not really until we play the game that we're going to see if that's the case or not.
Forgettable protagonists.
And Mirage is
This
just weird.
period culminated, in my opinion, with Black Flag, where we experimented with blending the assassin archetype with other archetypes, such as being a pirate, offering us countless new ways to innovate.
Sorry about
for
the
the
coughing, by
future
the
of
way.
the
That's
franchise.
probably going to get quite annoying.
Of course, we also encountered challenges.
Ooh,
Assassin's
challenges.
Creed Unity, set during the French Revolution, was meant
Oh my
to
god,
be
are they actually going to call out Unity?
for the series. But its reception at launch, marred by technical
Whoa!
issues, left a deep
Whoa, he
impact
actually
on
admitted
all
it.
parts of the company, from production to publishing.
Wow.
Especially given Ubisoft's roots as a French company.
Ooh.
This
Okay,
low-
okay. Hang on a minute. Okay, so I get it, right? Ubisoft are French. They want the French game to be the best one. But then why has everybody got an English accent? Like, you can't even commit to your own accent. Come on.
affected
The
all
changes that they could have made were obvious. They were not just technical.
reminding us
Ooh.
of who
Mythweaver 7. Do you prefer Mythweaver 7 or Michael Learns Art? By the way. So is this your ranking? Okay, so hang on. Oh, no, sorry, this is just what you think of the different eras. So we've got the Apple, the American, the fancy parkour. yeah, that's exactly what it is. I like to think of it as like the Revolutions games. And then the RPG Saga. Yeah, that's how they should break it up. That is how they should break it up. I mean, bottling everything from AC1 to Syndicate in one package is insane. To me, that just views them going... AC1 Syndicate was like Assassin's Creed, and now we're not doing Assassin's Creed. You prefer Mythweaver? Okay, no worries. Cool. I'll go with that.
Who sure it was to maintain the quality and integrity of the player experience from day one, a lesson that lives with us to this very day. The second period...
I know I talk slow, but he talks really slow.
Odyssey and Valhalla.
Oh, here we go.
Shifting the focus more towards
Mirage isn't bundled in with this, by the way.
Character customization, narrative choices that have impact on the experience.
Yeah. I mean, he's right with this. These games are definitely a different era.
An evolution in how we approach both storytelling.
Oh, evolution. Oh, are they?
Offering players more freedom and how they
I'm not too happy with that.
Journey. But even as
sorry, no, I'm angry. An evolution in storytelling? Come on. That's not what you did. You wanted to copy The Witcher. So you went in that direction. You didn't do anything better than you did before. You just did something different. Come on.
Principles of the Animus and the
sorry, I'm not trying to be salty about this.
Now we find ourselves at the beginning of the third period, which starts with Shadows and will continue with future entries.
So this is the start of a new era.
Represents a new chapter, one that I will delve into a bit more just later. At the
I haven't
beginning of
heard
this
the
decade,
next part.
Ubisoft embarked on several transformations in parallel. And one of the most
what storytelling was that exactly?
was strengthening the
exactly. I mean, yeah, okay, Valhalla. Sorry, hang on. Are you telling me that Valhalla's arcs are better than the previous games? Is that what they think is an evolution in storytelling? Is that what they think is an evolution in storytelling? Doing separate arcs that make the game 100 hours long instead of like even one story that catches up, like, oh no, like one storyline in Assassin's Creed 2 or Brotherhood, like one sequence is better than any of the arcs in Valhalla. Look at his face right now. Look at where I've paused that. That's beautiful. I wish. Can I?
Assassin's Creed.
No, it's fine. I was gonna zoom in on him, but he's an alright guy, you know. He does say a lot of good stuff. It's just the stuff that I think is really scripted. I mean, obviously all of this is scripted, but the stuff that I think he's saying some stuff that he doesn't believe as well.
This role is multifaceted and allows me to draw from my years of experience to shape a comprehensive.
Valhalla's arc could have been shorter. Yeah. If the arcs were shorter, then they could have been better, because you wouldn't have to write as much dialogue.
The art of all this is
just write better dialogue.
Commitment to our players. Every decision we make, every technological investment, every creative leap is designed
go McDonald's
to
milkshake,
better,
I think it's
more immersive and more meaningful experiences for them. It's our players who inspire us to push the boundaries and strive for excellence, and ensuring their experience remains at the core of our work and is paramount and central to my job to be their advocate at all times. At Ubisoft, we believe that
oh guys, the Exiles just put out a short.
Vision is key to our future success.
It's about the new trailer. Yes, he's only done that because I've sent him the link to it.
Studies like we've always done. We are now involving our most
cool.
earlier in the development cycle so that they can help us shape our games while they are still malleable. This focus on leadership, strategy, and feedback has been essential not only in aligning internal teams, but
the fans have spoken. We desperately need more radical diversity, gender non-conformity in the franchise. I can't tell if that's a joke or not. The franchise has always had racial diversity. The first game is literally an Arabic guy. Ah, there he is. There's Mr. Exile. Check out his short. Check out his short right now. Check out his channel.
Multiple teams working on this franchise at the same time.
Ah.
In my tenure as executive producer of Assassin's Creed.
Isn't that wild? Sorry, just in terms of a career, right? If we think outside of Assassin's Creed, imagine just as a career saying, early in my career when I was executive producer. It just shows how far he's came. I'm like, what the hell? That's really, like, that's impressive. To say it early in your career, you were executive producer.
A guiding document that anchors
Oh my god.
projects
It was a joke, lol. Oh, right, right, cool. Assassin's Creed brand framework. If this was like a document we could read, that would be incredible. I'm so curious what's in this and like what's changed from the original framework. I like the little graphics with Bayek and that on. They're quite good graphic designers over there.
Collaboration from teams across the entire franchise and transversely at Ubisoft as well.
Transversely? You can barely hear the video audio. Sorry, I can turn that up a bit.
We ensured that the framework reflected a shared understanding.
I explained at the beginning of the stream, sorry. So I'm just, to save me wearing headphones, I'm just playing it through my computer. So it's just my microphone picking it up. So just let me know if you need it any louder. I don't want to be like shouting over it, but yeah, just let me know. It almost sounds like he's about to tender his resignation. It does. It seems like this is everything I've done, and goodbye. Let me know if that sounds better. Sounds like he's being held hostage. Yeah, he's reading a list of demands. We need a third phase of Assassin's Creed. Unity was bad.
The framework focuses on several key elements. Reinforcing the fundamental pillars of Assassin's Creed.
Oh my god, what are the fundamental pillars of Assassin's Creed, eh?
Defining what we want in terms of historical immersion.
Hang on. Right, what have we got here then? We've got core identity. Okay, I mean, it's not really a pillar, is it? Brand identity is a thing in any company ever, so not really needed to say there. Intentionality. So that's like the message, I guess, that they want to get across with each game. And then consistency. Consistency? Is that... Oh, wait, what? Wait. Do they think that consistency has been an issue recently? Is that why it's on there? What does consistency mean? Does that mean, like, quality of the games? Okay. I'm interested in this. This is interesting.
Gameplay, all while maintaining a modern edge.
How do you think codename Hexia is going to do? The setting seems interesting. It does seem like a really interesting setting, actually. What I'm worried about is the supernatural side of it taking over what could be a really creepy, like a horror sort of Assassin's Creed game. I can see it turning into more like spectral, ghost, witch hunt sort of stuff.
I
think that's what Hexia is.
Intentionality.
I'm not too
by starting each project,
sure. I thought it was like the Salem witch trials, but apparently it's in Germany.
Into the creation process.
Is Salem? Where is Salem?
Every creative decision reflects the shared vision for the future of the
I honestly have no idea what he's talking about. Yeah. Bro's waffling. I was actually thinking, at one point, should I just get like the script for this video and just read the whole thing out? But I'm not saying all this.
We also need to ensure that every Assassin's Creed game,
can you let me know if the volume's better, by the way? I'm really conscious that it might sound a bit
delivers on the promise players
quiet.
Expect, from a consistent emotional promise to a style that is coherent from game to game. Before implementing the framework, we carefully examine what truly defines Assassin's Creed. So the framework is divided into several key sections. First is identifying the where from, the origins of the franchise.
Did he say origins?
We all remind ourselves of where we
Are we getting Origins too? If you guys watch the interview with the voice actors, I should make a video about it really, because they give a lot of interesting clarification on stuff. Bayek's voice actor is so into his character. He's like talking about coming back every single interview he does. He was on a podcast as well recently, which I listened to, and he really wants to come back as Bayek. You can tell he wants to like do something different with the character. Like he's really into it. He really respects the work that he did there, and he says as well, like, because it's been like 7-8 years since he recorded by X Lines, he would come at it from a totally different angle and portray him really differently from like the anger, the emotion that he brought out last time. And I'm like, oh my god, please bring back this character. This guy is desperate to do it. And he was so good. Are they dropping the modern day plot set in motion in Valhalla? I really hope not. I really hope not. They can't do that. They can't do that. Valhalla did such a good job. Hexia would be cool if you could make a Brotherhood sisterhood of women and accuse of being witches and teach them to be assassins. If that's like part of the concept, yeah. I mean, I miss like an actual assassin Brotherhood. I miss when the Brotherhood was like an established thing with loads of characters and they're all assassins. I mean, I know that was in Mirage, but they weren't like fully fleshed out characters. I mean, the last time we really got that was like probably Brotherhood, honestly. Like, you know what I mean? Like where the main characters are all assassins. Anyway, yeah. What have we got here? They may try and explain the magic side by saying the protagonist has an Ezio artifact. Yeah, I heard that was going to be the case. I don't know. I don't... Then again, Mirage didn't really explain the teleporting. They said it was a... Animus thing, wasn't it? He was moving too fast for the Animus to keep up with him, which is interesting. I'd love to see how that actually looked. 17-minute video on a 30-second clip is crazy. Yeah, but I'm not just waffling for the whole video. I do actually break it down. I'm not like... To be honest, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get, like, 4 minutes out of that video. The fact I got as much as I did is... It is insane. I don't know. that might go down, like, infamously, but I'm still happy with that video. You still watch the full thing, though, so, you know... Also, your name is Eves? That sounds very familiar. Are you by any chance the head of Ubisoft? The German witch trials had more deaths than Salem. Oh! Ooh, interesting. Okay, I like the sound of that. See, it could be horror. It could be creepy and, like, not horror in that sense, but, like, really dark themes, you know? There's something actually... different. Like, what worried me when he said consistency there was that every single game was going to be like the same. And I hope that's not the case. I hope that instead they go in really different directions and try different things. Clearly, you know, if they're going to milk this franchise, they may as well go crazy with it. Do different things. As soon as they finally start getting the main story together, it would be a shame to drop it now because of the new hub. Would be a classic Ubisoft move, though. No, we need to see Basim again. We need to see Basim again. If Basim is not in Shadows, the video I'm going to make on that is going to be insane. They had such a good thing going with Basim. They really did. Like, we'll introduce this character, then we'll give him his own game, and now he's the modern day protagonist. So you've already got a connection with him, and you can just keep going through, you know? What? Did you see that post where apparently a Ubisoft executive called Shadows the worst thing he's ever seen? I saw the, Now, I did see the... Sorry. I did see the interview where the guy was saying that a lot of the developers at Ubisoft working on Shadows were first-time developers. So they didn't understand the process too much and they thought the game was bad because it was, like, still unfinished. Whereas he was saying, look, you've got to trust the process and wait until it's finished. Which is understandable. I am a little bit worried. Obviously, that does raise a bit of a red flag if they didn't know what they were, you know, getting into. But they should be experienced enough to know when a game is done or not and what it should look like at a certain stage of development. So, I don't know. We're going to have to see. Not only Basim, even Desmond and Layla being Adam and Eve. Yeah, oh, it did, didn't it? See, that just makes me think about the ending of Valhalla again and just how good it actually was. That cutscene with Desmond as the reader was insane. That really changed my mind. He said a stupid thing, but in context it isn't really what he meant. Yeah, I mean... I doubt he would actually just go straight up and say, everybody who worked on this game hated it. Come on, like, that's marketing wise. He's never gonna say that. He probably just said something that's been took out of context. When I heard it first, it didn't click to me as anything worth saying, honestly. Maybe in Hexay you could make poisons and assassinate your targets like that. See, that would be cool. I can picture it in my head, like a witch doctor sort of like aesthetic, and kind of similar to New Orleans in Liberation, that whole like dank, dark swamp sort of stuff, you know? We do need to get back to this, by the way, but we're making good progress, so I'll just leave it there. Yeah, it's the same interview. A lot of people either intentionally or unintentionally spread misinformation. Yeah. Luke Stevens actually just put out a video today talking about the misinformation in Shadows. That's a really good video. I do recommend watching that. Let's get back to our good friend Marc-Alexis.
Where we want to take the franchise.
Voodoo, yeah.
To 10 years.
Just think of Predator 2 when I think of Voodoo.
Promise, our core beliefs as creators, our underlying values, the conversation drivers around the franchise.
Tell you what, guys, what do we think about Caribbean Crush Lucozade changing its colour scheme? I don't like it. Caribbean Crush is my favourite Lucozade. But I can't get away with it. It looks like a clown now.
Style, both narrative and artistic.
I miss when it was light blue.
Of iconic pillars that must come back from game to game. Each of these sections clarifies and solidifies the foundation of the franchise, ensuring every new title remains true to the essence of Assassin's Creed while in.
Well, hang on, more. No, he's just yapping. Let's be honest. Really enjoy You're in Exiles podcast. Hey. When I was replaying the games, I listened to the Hookblade cast, and it's a shame they stopped. Glad to see you guys doing this. Yeah, I've heard of the Hookblade podcast. When we were researching names for the podcast, that was one that I looked up because I did remember them. Yeah, it is a shame that a lot of Assassin's Creed podcasts have sort of stopped. If Mr. Exile is still in the live stream, I'm going to be rendering the footage out once I finish this, and I'm going to send it to you. Also, tonight, I mean, this is a total tangent. My friend is on a date this evening, right? And he's worried that she's going to bring her mates along after the date, okay? So, basically he's told us to all be on standby. If he needs the boys to go out and back him up, then I need to go out and do that. But if that doesn't happen, if I don't have a night out tonight, which I don't think is going to happen because it's like 8:30, but I plan on watching a certain movie tonight that the Exile recommended. That is my plan. Tonight I've got a nice gap of time where I'm going to render out the podcast and potentially I'm going to watch a certain film that was recommended to me. Okay. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. We've had that chat with him. we were on Call of Duty last night and we were telling him like, what? Huh? But you know, you've got to. If we get drafted into the night out, then we need to attend. Okay, so I haven't seen any updates on Jade either. Is that still happening? You know, I actually really want to play Jade. I was really looking forward to just something on my game, on my phone. But that's like the Tencent game, isn't it? So I shouldn't really like it too much. Where are we at here? Oh, people saying about Lucozade? What, you've never heard of Caribbean Crush? It used to have like a blue bottle. It was like light blue with like light blue on the top, and it was a yellow drink. It's like pineapple flavoured. It's really nice. In the UK, anyway, it's quite... either way, you're in for a wild ride tonight. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Get back to the 10 Commandments. Wait, is that a joke? Or did he actually say they're the 10 Commandments? No, he better not have said that. Come on, Mark. The 10 Commandments.
Was only the first step.
Oh my god. Hang on. Oh my god. Guys just revealing all of their secrets. Okay. Wow, this is an interesting image, isn't it? Oh my god, look at this. I need to actually... You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to... Sorry that I'm going away, but I'm just going to shrink me down a little bit. And shrink the chat down a little bit. Because you need to read what is on this screen right now. There we go. So, the underlying values of Assassin's Creed. Wide range of perspectives. Why? Why? Why not just... Why not just tell one perspective that people wouldn't normally, you know, hear of? I don't know. Strange. Passion for history. Yes, yes. Fundamentally, I think if you're going to make a game set in the past, you should probably care about when it's set. And especially in the case of like Egypt and Assassin's Creed Origins, they went above and beyond, not just with including historical characters, but the settings and the cycles and the jobs that the NPCs would have. I mean, they went to such a degree that it was fantastic. Selfless bravery. That is an interesting one, isn't it? That's an interesting thing to say. I don't like that because it kind of implies that the characters have to be one note. We'll probably never play as a Templar again because of that. Off to play some Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, enjoy! I've still never seen gameplay of Baldur's Gate 3, you know. I know of it, but I've never actually watched any gameplay of it. But yeah, have fun, Mr. Exile. I'll see you on Monday to record the podcast. Selfless bravery is ridiculous. Yeah.
Fully capture the art and soul of Assassin's Creed, we decided to illustrate
selfless bravery. I'm trying to think like which characters does that actually apply to, and it's like 3 at the most.
With a self-supporting video.
Come on.
What is playing in the background right now is an extract that helps us illustrate our core belief.
What? Oh, well, yeah, I mean, obviously the clips are going to relate to what they're talking about, but do they really? Selfless bravery, and we're going to show, like, Basim and stuff? I mean, it's not really a great example of, you know. Do you think a lot of companies are making safe and bland writing nowadays? Is it fear of backlash or offence? Maybe it's just me. No, I think... I don't know, I just feel like there isn't, like, a soul to the writing. There isn't, like, a message that they actually want to convey. There's, like, so many restrictions, I think, that Assassin's Creed is given anyway at the minute, where they can't really tell what story they actually want to tell. Like, I feel like too many people have to read the scripts and make edits and make changes to the point where it loses all of its identity, and it's not like back in the day when it was probably written by quite a small team of people who were given more creative freedom on it. This is just too many cooks in the kitchen, and this is like, they probably sat at a board meeting, right? Like a meeting with all the creators for like 6 to 8 hours. Like they spent a full day doing a meeting, and this is the 3 things they came out with.
The core belief of the franchise.
Oh, sorry, what we got here? So, Ezio wasn't selfless. No, he absolutely wasn't. Selfless bravery, so no grey, complex characters. Yeah, I was thinking of like... I mean, is that just their main characters? They couldn't do Edward then. They literally can't do a Black Flag remake if they think that Edward is going to be brave and selfless. He's literally robbing from people. Is the selfless bravery and passion for history based on people working at Ubisoft? Oh, I think it's addressing the characters. Yeah. I think it's. Can you imagine? No, but the way you say that, though, you could be right. It does actually sound like that is what they want their staff to think. But then they're showing clips from the games, so I'm guessing it's got to be to do with the games.
Past helps us make sense of our present when we bravely explore it. This belief ties...
By the way, we're about halfway through. I don't know how long we've been recording for, but it's going to be a long one.
Directly into the underlying values that form the backbone of the stories we tell.
The backbone of the stories.
Embracing a wide range of perspectives. Having
oh, wait, what? Unrelated question, but in Valhalla, what is Fenrir to the Isu? Surely not an actual giant wolf. Oh man, these are the questions, you know. These are the really important questions. Because I don't know. What would he be? What would he be? It's this. It's. Isn't it Loki's son has been turned into a giant wolf? What's his son actually been turned into? What's his son actually been turned into? I don't know. A piece of Eden. I don't get it. Edward is literally the most selfish character. Yeah, his entire arc is about not being selfish and getting all your friends killed. Well, no, they got themselves killed, but you know what I mean.
For history,
Don't be like them.
and featuring heroes that have selfless bravery.
Right, there we go. There you go. He's just said it there. Featuring heroes that have selfless bravery.
Values aren't just abstract ideas. They shape every creative decision we make.
Guys, do I like or
ensuring that
dislike
each
it?
Assassin's
Do I
Creed
like or
game
dislike it?
resonates deeply with players exploring.
I always felt that
timeless
Desmond
human
was the
struggles
backbone,
for
but they
freedom,
unalived him. Yeah.
Identity and purpose.
I feel like Desmond
So
was
when we show the entire
the through line, and then they just sort of went, whoa, afterwards. They lost
video
their
with its accompanying
minds.
narration to our teams, it highlights that our core belief and our underlying values have always been part of our DNA.
Guys, I need to say something. This is a totally separate note, right? In every single episode of the Odyssey, I've been hiding a little Easter egg that nobody has caught on to yet. So that's been really annoying me, and I need to explicitly address it now. Please, go looking for it. Somebody needs to comment on it. There is an Easter egg in every single Odyssey, on my camera.
And it visually demonstrates how, from the beginning, these principles have guided our creative process.
Loki's
and
son
shaped
is
the
a
world
wolf.
We've built.
Even an Isu? Even Isu?
Finally,
Loki?
another key part of the framework that I want to highlight tonight is the emotional promise.
Oh, fucking hell.
The one we have centered on is what we call the vertigo of history. It's this feeling of
Why is he doing this? Why is he creating subdivisions of all these messages? Like, just say the message. Don't. We're creating this thing called, like, the emotional experience. And the emotional experience is called blah, 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 blah. I think I'm an idiot for continuing to have faith this franchise might present with me compelling ideas and narratives. Look, Darby is still there. I reckon Darby's gonna definitely... I mean, he's been very quiet, hasn't he, during these productions for Shadows, but... no, you know what? I am still... Valhalla presented a new start, and... Valhalla presented a new start, and I need to see where that's going. That's where I'm at now. I do treat this like a fresh start, you know. Wait, is it the blanket? It's not the blanket. It's not in this setup right now. I mean, my blanket's like under the bed there, but it's not in this setup. I think the Isu are tripping and saying another ancient race. Oh god, can you imagine? Can you imagine if they did that? If they introduced another precursor race? What if we knew and didn't say anything just to get you? Ah, well, it's worked. It's worked. You've got me. Every single episode, this is like the hint. Every single episode before we record, I tell the Exile, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm doing this time. Okay? I don't know if my camera's just like, because I'm using my webcam, obviously, when I record live streams in the Odyssey. So I don't know if my camera's actually picking it up. It's really stupid. It's really stupid. One day I will do a really fun compilation of every single hidden thing. I got the same feeling as you when I finished Valhalla, a fresh start. Yeah, exactly. No, let's see what's actually in the game, you know. He's not writing it, you know what I mean? He's just telling the guys to write it.
The present and the future are connected together. And that's what we call the vertigo of history, and it is supported by our core belief and the underlying values.
Bro is yapping.
Now, to mark this transition to a more defined identity.
Right. He did just say something there that I think made sense, right? The past, present, and future are going to be connected as one through line. I think that's what he was saying. And that's going to be the case going forward. So that is something brand new starting now. The past, present, and future are one consistent... What does that even mean? What is that? If you said the past and present, I can understand. Do you think Basim could potentially be our new Desmond? Yes, I thought that's what they were going for. Because it's like giving Desmond his own game so that you grow to like him, and then keeping him in the rest of the games going forward, because then they don't have to do much work. They've got a character that people like. And I think Mirage was made with the intention of making Basim a character you'll remember going forward in the new games as the modern day protagonist. But obviously Mirage's story is like... It's just... Ugh. Disappointing is what I'll say.
Starting with Shadows, one of the first things our players will see is a short video.
Okay, so this is the clip that I made the video on today. So let's just watch through that.
Creed. And now, as an exclusive for all of you who have traveled to here tonight,
and us,
I want to show you this video for the first time.
First time I saw this, I thought they were just going to cut to the next bit. So when they actually showed it, I was like, I need to make a video now.
Side of Ubisoft.
It's just the Marvel Studios opening. Yeah, I've given my thoughts on this. Check out the video. Let me know what your thoughts on this are, please. Wow. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? They need to... You know what? They really need to, like, make this brighter. The text is so dark, you can barely see it.
Now to
Am I lagging a bit there?
On the brand framework,
Am I lagging?
let me answer a question that people often ask me.
Lagging.
How to choose...
Here's an exclusive video only for everyone who came here and anyone with an internet connection.
where or when a game will take place.
Okay.
Now I have an easy answer to that.
Is my video lagging?
I don't choose it. I let the teams choose it, actually. The creation of this, because they
kind of tugs
so
at the
much
heartstrings, not gonna lie.
it's the most important
good.
choice they want to make, or that you want to do as a creative director on Assassin's Creed. So the creation of the framework has allowed me to give a lot of leeway to our creative teams, provided that they stay true to the core values of the franchise. Their task is to find a place and time.
I need it in good quality, but so far is a bit better than the 15th.
Thematically,
yeah, okay.
and in gameplay, while remaining faithful to the soul of Assassin's Creed. This process involves having a deep passion for history and have the willingness to surround yourself and collaborate with historians and specialists to help shape grounded and authentic visions of the past. While absolute accuracy is not our goal and has never...
I think my camera is lagging a little bit. If you just give me a second. I've never had this before, so I'm just gonna just check. Yeah, it's lagging a little bit. What can I do here to fix this? I'm just gonna turn it off a second and then turn it back on. Is that making a difference? Not really. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, I apologise if I'm lagging there. I could always... Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
Been and never will be, because we do create historical fictions. We do
historical fictions. There you go. You heard it here first.
And authenticity of the time periods that we bring to life.
Tell you what I could do. It might be my bandwidth. I'm just gonna close Photoshop a second. Better now. Okay, good. Hopefully it stays that way.
Now let me address some of our challenges. Over the years, as Assassin's Creed has evolved, so too have the challenges that we have faced in maintaining its identity while pushing it forward. Some of these challenges have required us to rethink our approach to storytelling, to technology, and to quality, all while staying true to the essence of the franchise. So let's dive into 3 key challenges that we face.
Okay, challenges. Good.
When the Assassin's Creed franchise was created,
oh my god, what?
A bold and innovative.
I recognize those trousers.
a modern-day story arc
That's Desmond.
centered around Desmond.
Yo,
was
yo,
intertwined
Desmond mentioned,
with
Desmond mentioned.
historical adventures. Desmond's journey was at the heart of the modern-day conflict,
It's Desmond.
driving the search for powerful Ezio artifacts.
What do you say to people who say the modern day should be cut and a distraction? No. No, it's part of the franchise. It's an integral part of the franchise. Anyway, they're talking about the modern day now.
That you may better know if you've been here a long time as pieces of Eden.
Yeah, yeah.
And those artifacts could change the course of history. However, with his death
Yeah,
at
look
the
at
end of
that. It's got
Assassin's Creed 3,
all that.
we faced a creative crossroad. Ending Desmond's arc was a difficult decision, and afterward, the modern storyline struggled to find its footing.
Somebody needs to screenshot this message. Look at that. Look at that. That's actually insane. They actually admitted it. They actually admitted it. Wow. Look at... They actually said that.
The continued focus on characters hunting for Ezio artifacts made the narrative more predictable and reduced the conflict between the Templars and the Assassins to a straightforward pursuit of control over, let's be honest, magical relics. This shift will focus away from what had always been at the heart of the franchise, exploring our history.
But you didn't replace it with anything. What do they mean? They thought that they thought that they thought that the whole Indiana Jones like Tomb Raider aspect was bad. I like how Honesty is with the struggles of the franchise in this. Yeah, but he's saying that the good stuff was bad. I guess this is an attempt to regain public trust by starting to address their mistakes. Yeah, but like, no, but did I enjoyed the hunting for different Isu artifacts thing? Was that like a universally disliked thing? I don't know.
As this
Also,
approach
is my
became
webcam
repetitive,
still lagging? Because
both
it looks like
players
it is.
and critics felt the modern-day storyline had become a secondary
Ah,
concern.
it is. It is. I knew
More
it was.
of a side quest rather than an integral
Let me
part
just-
of the overall experience. Furthermore, the compounded complexity of 15 years of lore built in this parallel storyline
No, it's still really bad.
created a cognitive load that made the franchise difficult to approach for newcomers. As we move forward, our goal is to put history back at the center of the player's experience. The modern-day narrative will serve to enhance rather than overshadow the historical journey. By drawing meaningful contrasts between past and present, we
I think
aim
that's
to
a little
restore
bit
the
better, I'm not too
balance
sure.
that was once the hallmark of the franchise and help people feel this vertigo of history. The modern-day storyline will explore deeper themes of memory, identity, and autonomy, how the past shapes who we are, and how controlling this past can impact our future. These themes
Yeah, I'm not too
will
sure what he's
allow
on
us
about,
to
actually.
reflect on contemporary issues, freedom versus
He's definitely saying
control,
something.
the power of knowledge, and the tension between individuality and conformity, all through the lens of history. While I don't want to reveal too much, we're excited
Oh.
to see how this transformation unfolds. The groundwork for this new direction will take shape
He's
with
saying
Assassin's Creed
something.
Shadows, which will lay the foundation for this narrative evolution that will
Oh,
grow
that just sounds
in
like they're
the years
starting
to come.
again. They can't be starting again.
Now, from its inception, Assassin's Creed has been a leader in technological innovation.
Has it?
With every game from the
Sorry,
ori-
what?
the
Never.
original
It's
up to
never.
Mirage, built on versions
No,
of the
no, no,
Intel
no, no,
pipeline.
no. Assassin's Creed has never been an innovator in technology. Come
An
on.
engine specifically developed for the franchise.
Oh, God.
As Anvil
Oh,
and
God,
Assassin's
what?
Creed evolved, Anvil became one of Ubisoft's key technological assets.
Are they still talking about problems? Because Anvil is a problem.
Outsiders often wonder how we achieve such large-scale worlds with increasing levels of fidelity. Unveiled is one of the only pipelines in the world that I know.
I'm getting a thing here saying that my video settings are too high. Sorry, bear with me. Maybe I need to turn it down a bit. I'm going to try that. It's just going to turn down the settings a little bit. I think. I don't know.
That supports concurrent and decentralized...
Bro, I'm falling asleep. I don't know what bro is talking about. He just keeps saying things.
...development across multiple sites, allowing productions to rapidly scale once the foundation of the world is built and thoroughly researched. Secondly, I think that controlling our technology stack has fueled our creative vision.
Right, so what's he just said there, right? What's he just said? Controlling our technology has enabled us to make the game. What a revolutionary discovery. Yeah, guys, we're skipping this part. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the Anvil engine. It sucks. It's produced... Oh my god, what was that? It sucks. It's totally been butchered since Unity, and it looks... Look at the animations in Mirage and tell me that your friggin' engine is great.
Improve the player experience, but I've also set the stage for the future of Assassin's Creed, starting with Shadows. In today's landscape, we're not just competing with the latest and greatest releases from other studios.
All right.
We're competing with ourselves, with our own legacy.
What? What? Why is Nexus considered... What? What? Why is Nexus considered on the same level as, like, a main game? Why is it there? Nexus should not be on there. Liberation should at least be on there. What have they... Why is Rogue put after Unity? That's such... Oh, that's so awkward. No, put it next to Black Flag. What? Oh, no, I don't like this.
The rise of subscription services and free-to-play models, and the sheer richness of available entertainment across all mediums, players...
What do they mean they're competing with each other?
Backward compatibility and the continuous improvement...
The Assassin's Creed games are competing with themselves now.
Every Assassin's Creed title also competes with the entire back catalog of the franchise.
This guy.
Making each new release a benchmark not only against the industry...
Oh my god, hang on. Sorry, you know... I don't actually know what to say. This is... Rogue being there makes me uncomfortable. What? No! I love Rogue. Rogue deserves to be on there. It's a main title. Where they've placed it is bad because it's in the wrong place. But... Come on, no. I just don't like what he's saying. To be honest. I don't think it's very good. I don't get why you're so mad. He's right. Well, the previous games are competing with the new ones. I mean, yeah, but they kind of they make... Or does he think they're actually succeeding? Oh, does he think that they're making better games than the previous ones? Yeah, that's probably his thought process. What's confusing to me, though, is that, like, come on, the previous Assassin's Creed games are always, like, £2.50 on a sale.
Also against our past successes.
Like, why would you make them so cheap if you think they're
Players can afford
worth
to be selective,
full price?
choosing only the best, and they are rightfully demanding excellence. Ubisoft's portfolio
We've got to make a good
has
game.
faced
Surprise.
criticism in recent years for perceived inconsistency in quality. Players expect more polish, more innovation,
Yeah.
and deeper engagements from the game we release. And they're not shy about letting us know when they feel we have fallen short. This environment
Good.
pushes us to do better and to be better.
Oh, okay.
Assassin's
Okay.
Creed
He's specifically
Shadows
bringing up
represents
struggles.
our
Of course, the fan
opportunity
base
to
thinks the new
change
games are
that
worse.
narrative. Not
And
just
that's
for
why it's a
Assassin's
challenge for them.
Creed,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I think for
fair,
Ubisoft
fair.
as a whole. We know this game has the potential to be one of the best in the franchise's storied history, set in one of the most anticipated settings we've yet to explore. But we also know that in today's market, being amongst the best is just not enough anymore. So after much reflection and analysis, I recommended to our top management to delay the release of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Our playtest and team feedback made it clear that
Interesting. It's
Shadows
actually
had
acknowledging the
immense
delay.
potential, but I felt that we needed more time to ensure that it fully meets the high expectations of our players.
Yeah.
We only
Yeah,
have
there
one
you go.
shot at launching this game, and it has to exceed those expectations. Shadows is our most
I don't think it
ambitious
is,
and
because I think the
complex
delay
project
just shows
yet,
a lack of...
with interconnected mechanics,
No,
narrative,
actually,
and
no.
technology,
He makes a
all
good point.
releasing across the largest number of platforms.
I
with
think
the
he sounds
most
sad because he
options we've
genuinely
ever
wants this game to
supported.
succeed.
Taking
His
this
job's
extra
probably on
time
the
allows
line
us
for
to
it.
polish every aspect and set a new standard for the franchise, one that I hope will carry us forward for years. This decision reflects our commitment to delivering an experience worthy of our players' time and attention on day one. We believe Shadows will shine as a true showcase of Ubisoft's talent and dedication, setting a new benchmark in quality for the franchise. In today's shifting cultural landscape, we face an additional and unforeseen challenge as discussions around representation and inclusivity
gonna
in
move that
media
down a bit, see if
have
that makes a
become
difference.
increasingly prominent. These conversations can influence how our games are perceived. But rather than shy away from those conversations,
Yeah, I think that's the case. I think they
we
see
should
another
see them as
unity.
an opportunity. Assassin's Creed has always been
His
about
family's
exploring
freedom.
the full spectrum
His
of
legacy.
human history. And by its very nature,
His historical
that
passion
history is
depends on this
diverse.
game.
Staying true to history,
His
means
selfless bravery
embracing the
is
richness
defined by the success
human
of Shadows.
perspectives without compromise. For example, in Assassin's Creed Shadows,
Oh.
we highlight figures both fictional,
Oh.
like Norway, a Japanese woman warrior, and historical, like
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Norway.
Guys, please. Just read what's on the screen right now. What do you mean, a woman warrior? She's an assassin! Just call her an assassin! What do you mean? A woman warrior? There's nothing wrong with saying a woman warrior, but like, come on. She's an assassin. She is an assassin, and they're just never gonna say it. The problem is, right, like, me and the Exile have spoke about this. Throughout the entire marketing of Shadows, they've never said the word assassin once. It's definitely just an attempt to save face. Almost everything he says is probably untrue throughout the franchise. He's been very generous to Ubisoft and talking up the innovation. Yeah, he's making it sound like the Anvil engine was the greatest thing ever made. It was a disaster.
Woman warrior and historical, like Yasuke, the African.
Oh, wait. So the actual way to say his name is Yasuke? Unless, it would be really funny if he's just said the name wrong. But he just said Yasuke, so that's how you meant to pronounce Yasuke's name.
Samurai.
So I'm going to be saying that from now on.
The inclusion of a black samurai.
A brave woman warrior who commits homicide against political targets. No, look, she has a passion for history and a selfless bravery. Guys. She has a selfless bravery.
Has sparked questions and even controversy.
Oh.
Naue, as a fictional character, has also faced scrutiny for her gender.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
Just as Yasuke's presence in Japanese history is fact, so too are the stories of women who defied societal
getting a little bit shaky, getting a little bit worried.
and took up arms in times of conflict. So, while both Naue and Yasuke's stories are works of historical fiction, they reflect the collision of different worlds, cultures, and roles. And their inclusion is precisely the kind of narrative that Assassin's Creed seeks to tell. One that reflects the complexity and interconnectedness of our
okay, yeah, that
history.
was a better line than the one he
And
just
this
said.
is new ground for the franchise. From Altair to Aveline de Grand Pré
Whoa.
and Raton Aketon.
Whoa, whoa, why is... Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, you can't do that. You can't throw names like that out there. Wait. So the complexity and interconnectedness of our shared history. Like Altair, a character who we made white... Look, okay, whoa, hang on, that was a harsh thing, but look. In Assassin's Creed 1, his skin tone is clearly not Middle Eastern. And also asked the Arabic voice actor to speak in an American accent. You can't say that Altair was like great representation because he just wasn't. He straight up wasn't. It's only in Revelations that they actually took the steps to making him good representation. Like Basim's great representation. He's got the accent, he's got the right skin colour, but it's not like... You can't say Altair for that. Aveline. Yes. And exactly what I am just about to get onto.
Here to Aveline de Grand Pré.
How did he just say?
Raton Aketon.
Raton Aketon. Raton Aketon. That is not his name. What are you talking about? You notice as well, right? They didn't say Connor because they wanted to use his native name to make it sound like, you know. It'd be really funny if they just went, and Connor.
We've consistently introduced protagonists from diverse racial, ethnic, and gender identities. A story is inherently diverse, and so is Assassin's Creed and the stories we tell. So to be clear,
Right on a K-tone
is grounded in historical authenticity and respect for diverse perspectives.
Put some respect on Connor's name.
By modern agendas. Alongside these deep-rooted franchise values is our commitment to recognize and listen to legitimate criticism as an essential part of the creative process. Our community helps us grow, evolve, and deliver better games. Today, we all, however, face the added challenge of distinguishing between genuine feedback and attacks driven by...
And listen, sorry, I know I'm taking the mick out of the way he says Connor's name, but Assassin's Creed 3, I do think, is a really great game in terms of representation. You know, you didn't see many native main characters in gaming, and you certainly didn't see them as like main characters at all, really. I think Assassin's Creed 3, for the most part, it did a really great job. I mean, obviously, I'm a white guy, I'm a white British man, I'm pretty much the villain of that game, but from my perspective, I mean, Connor is my favourite protagonist in Assassin's Creed, and I think they did a really great job with him, personally. They committed to not making him like a stereotype or making him sound, you know, more appealing to a mainstream audience. They kept his voice how it actually would be. They, you know, told his story as the heartbreaking tragedy that it is. I think he's a fantastic character, and yes, me taking the mick out of Mark here is not me saying that it's a bad example to bring up, because I do think, you know, Connor was, for the time, a really revolutionary character. No pun intended.
The current climate is tough on our creative teams. They face lies, half-truths, and personal attacks online.
Oh.
When the work they've poured their hearts into is twisted into a
Yeah,
symbolic
I totally
division,
agree. I totally
it's
agree.
not
For
just
me,
this.
Assassin's Creed 3 is my favourite Assassin's Creed game. You know, it doesn't do everything the best, but it was the one that caught me at the right time, and I could go on about it for hours. Yeah, I fanboyed a lot when Charles Lee was in the Hamilton play. When Charles Lee showed up, I got really excited because I was like, I know who that is. He's a dick.
It can be devastating. What keeps me going is the resilience born out of conviction that I see in our teams every day. I am especially proud of the Shadows team for staying true to their creative vision and the core tenets of Assassin's Creed. That's another reason why the Assassin's
They stayed true to the tenets? What, did they... did they forget the part where you don't compromise the Brotherhood? Hey!
Creed brand framework was created to push us to tell stories that haven't yet been explored. By choosing Naue and Yasuke as protagonists, we are expanding the narrative landscape, offering new points of view that challenge established norms found in many works of fiction, while staying true to the history that shaped them. At the end of the day, Assassin's Creed is not just a franchise. It's a platform for entertainment, dialogue, discovery, and understanding. Our commitment isn't just about reflecting on the past. It's about ensuring that the stories we tell continue to unite, inspire, and challenge players.
Sounds a bit like you're a
regardless
pure
of their
arse, mate.
background, and will continue to stand.
That's all I'm going to say. It just sounds like he's like... Assassin's Creed is more than just Assassin's Creed. It's like a new way of bringing people together. Like, mate... I get it, but... Ugh. Whoa, what? Even if it was cut, I love the line from Connor saying they did what was right, I suppose, what was right for them. When does he say that? I recognise that line. When does he say that? Is that in, Oh, man, is that in the book? That's a really great line. Connor has some absolute brutal lines in that game. Some of his comebacks are incredible. The argument he has with Achilles, where he walks out on him, he is just dropping banger after banger in that argument. It's so good, and he's right, which is really good. The ending isn't triumphant, so it's a bittersweet victory. Yes. I'm loving the love for Connor. Thank you. Connor is fantastic. He's a really great character. Assassin's Creed 3. What a bold game to make, you know. That was a cut speech from the game. Got ya.
By these values because they are central.
What was right for them, like, ooh,
to the future of
brutal.
storytelling itself.
And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I've said it before, but the best part about the Templars in that game is that each one of them actually has a good point. Their viewpoint on the world, it makes sense, and it is one that you'll have met people who feel the same way that the Templars in that game do. Look at Thomas Hickey. He doesn't care about the longevity of the Templars. He just wants to be happy in the time he's got. And you'll know people who are like that.
And richness of the human experience is what helps Assassin's Creed resonate with players.
Like Hickey says, right? Your hands will always be empty. And by the end of the game, like, they technically are, but he has the longevity of the assassins and the community that he built up at the homestead, and it's like, it's different, but Hickey's not wrong. You know? Anyway.
Across the globe, and we're committed to standing firm on that foundation.
Come on, Mark.
So, with all these elements in place,
someone needs to give him a Lucozade. Get him some energy.
Strengthen identity and commitment to our players. We still find ourselves at a crucial juncture in history as creators.
Okay.
Our work has always been about more than just entertainment. It's about expanding worldviews and inviting players to experience the richness of human history and culture. But today, the stakes are higher. The stories we tell, the characters we create, and the game worlds we build are instrumentalized by those who seek to silence creativity, to stoke fear, and incite hatred. I believe we are facing what Fareed Zakaria calls
Oh
an
God,
age
here we go.
of revolution.
Here we go.
A
He's
time
quoting
when the
people.
real conflict is not between the left and the right.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Don't do it! Don't do it, Mark! Please, Mark! Just don't do it! Don't do it! Please. I feel for you, Mark. Please don't say this. I don't know who wrote this, but please don't say it. If I was reading the teleprompter right now, I'd be going off the script. Just stop. Don't say, like, what did he just say?
A time when the real...
Look at that. A real conflict is not between the left and the right. Like, what the fuck is he about to say? What is he about to say? Oh, you just dropped a banger there, Capybara. I always saw Templars as the other side, not the bad guys. Oh, that's... Oh. Man, that's a good line. Yeah, I agree, totally.
That close themselves off, and those that open.
Oh my god! I knew he was going to say something bad, and he did. Oh my god! It's not. Right, let me just quote him. It's not a conflict between the left and the right. It's about those that open themselves up to the world, and those who don't. Oh my god. Oh my god, Mark, please. Mark.
Throughout history, it's the open societies that have always eventually prevailed. While there may be setbacks over years or even decades, it is openness that has continually pushed...
Bro's been playing too much Assassin's Creed 3. He thinks that because Connor's village got burned down, that they're like they failed as a society. I mean, come on, Mark, please. This was boring, but now you're saying things a little bit bad, you know, a little bit sketchy. We've only got 3 minutes of this left.
This echoes the
Actually, we've only got 2 minutes of this left. I'm worried.
Protagonists. They fought for freedom, knowledge, and the right to chart their own paths, just as we, as creators, fight to tell stories that matter in a world...
Oh, I really don't like where he's going with this, you know. I really don't.
As the authors of How Democracies Die so powerfully stated, democracies crumble when good people decide to stay silent. The same is true, I think, of our...
That's a cool line. That's a cool line, actually. I do like that line.
To stifle our voices, when we self-censor in the face of threats.
Oh my god.
We hand over our power piece by piece until freedom and creativity both wither away. We cannot let that happen. It's time for us, as creators, to stand firm on our commitment to our values by telling stories that inspire, that challenge, and that help people connect. Our silence cannot become complicity. To our players, the ones who have stood by us...
What's really funny is I actually do imagine this man dressed in a Templar robe when he goes into office.
...supported us and celebrated our work over the years with enthusiasm and...
He welcomes his staff on a morning by saying, "May the Father of Understanding guide us."
...feedback. This stance is for you. You are the...
And he's not just the other side, he's the bad guy.
We create for you. And your support fuels our creativity and strengthens our resolve to keep pushing boundaries.
Like, bro,
to tell stories.
Bro doesn't even have as much of a point to be a Templar.
Stories that matter. This journey is yours as much as it is ours.
Oh, Mark.
And I thank you for being with us every step of the way. I'm an optimist and a dreamer. I believe...
Hey, he said that before. He said that in an article that we read on the podcast. I'm an optimist and a dreamer. An optimist and a dreamer.
The answer to hate is to continue creating experiences that celebrate the richness of our world.
You say that, right? Bada bing. You say that Ubisoft is a Templar front. They literally made Abstergo Entertainment the villains in Black Flag. I still don't understand the point of the video. I agree. What is this? What is this for? Who is this for? Is this meant to make us feel better? Like, what? Who watched this? Who was this for? Oh my god, and people are... Whoa, what? What? From 30 minutes onward, the end of this is just... Who? What? Well, now that's a correct comment here. There's a lot more love there than I was expecting. And I should say as well, this only has like 2,000 views. This is a pretty niche video I don't think many people are going to actually watch.
And capture the magic.
Good God, we've got like 15 seconds left.
Because in the end, creativity is stronger than fear. And together, we are creating the future.
No way, I swear that's a line that's been in the game. No way. Creating the future of entertainment, I'm sure that is an Abstergo line. That has actually been said by Abstergo. I think it's at the beginning of Unity.
Entertainment. Thank you.
Oh, what? Speakers, Victoria. Oh, yeah. That's the next thing they did, was they did a masterclass on the voice actors. This is a really good one. Okay, boy. I'm gonna make me full screen. Guys, on my end, it's looking like it's been really laggy all the way through. And I'm really sorry if that's the case. I'm now gonna try and focus on fixing that. Am I lagging right now? I can't... It looks really laggy to me. Let me see if I can... I don't know what I can do here. But, let me deactivate this and then activate it again. I hope that's okay. I don't know. It might be a little bit laggy, guys. I'm sorry if it is. That's a line from the opening cutscene in Unity. Yeah, am I right? Am I actually right there? It's a bit laggy, but doesn't bother me. Okay, really, yeah, sorry about the lag. I'm not sure why it's happening. It does say that I've got, like, the video settings turned up too much, but I do want to talk about that, obviously, a little bit, and obviously I'm interested to hear what you guys think of this. From the beginning of Unity. I can't believe it actually is a line from the beginning of Unity. That's actually insane. Let me put the window above there. There we go. So now the chat is, like, above here. Abstergo doesn't need to pull any strings. Yeah, that's true. Ubisoft do it themselves. Do you think Ubisoft write the Abstergo parts like really quickly because they don't need to use their imagination much? Wow. Okay. Guys, I really wanted to stream Assassin's Creed Unity this weekend. I wasn't expecting this to happen. In all honesty. Okay. Well. That was interesting. That was an interesting presentation. So that was 40 minutes of Marc-Alexis Côté, who we read an article of his on the podcast recently, and it made it sound like he was the guy standing up for the creatives, whereas Yves Guillemot was very much the business guy. I mean, look at this presentation. He doesn't mention microtransactions, he doesn't mention monetization or anything to do with money. He mentions the creativeness and what Assassin's Creed represents as a franchise. And now we know what this guy's headspace is. We know what he thinks Assassin's Creed is and what he's going to enforce Assassin's Creed to be as we go forward in the coming years of this third phase of Assassin's Creed of sorts. And I disagree with actually quite a lot of the things he said. I'm just going to read out what you've said here. So, on one hand, discussing ideas and politics in the game was always a thing. Yes, that's true. The difference is before it was presented with topics that made you think, but now they just bash you over the head with their message. I do miss the complexity of the earlier games, the way they were written. I do worry that they've kind of given themselves like this self-importance. Oh, you're back. Hey, Mr. Exile. My stream is lagging at the minute a lot, but don't worry about it. I'm still here. Did you notice he said word for word what he said in the article? Yeah, he said, I read it out, the bit where he says, I'm an optimist and a dreamer. Yeah, I mentioned it a couple of times that we've talked about this on the pod. Exile, have you heard the last 4 minutes of this presentation? The last 4 minutes are insane. They are actually insane. He said a lot of things that I think just shouldn't have been said, to be honest. I disagree quite a lot with what he's been saying here. For me, his talk addressed no actual concerns or controversies. Yeah, he just mentioned that there have been some. He didn't say what they actually were or what his opinions were on them. Just sort of switched it off. Creative politics need to offer you choices to make yourself nowadays. There's zero moral complexity and they always present one side as the correct one. Well, that's what he said, hasn't he? The characters in these games all need to be selflessly brave now. They can't be morally grey or complex characters. They have to be, from the start, very morally good, you know? In my opinion, people only act out of love or fear, but doesn't that, like, make an interesting story? No, I missed that. Worth going over in the next pod, Odyssey. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. On Monday, I think we should react to... We should give a brief synopsis on this, you know. I think we should. Because this has only got 2,000 views. This is pretty niche. And I don't think anybody else is going to be talking about this. He gets very political at the end. He gets very political. And he says things that made me cringe quite a bit. Because I just don't think the games should ever go in this direction, but you know, he seems to think he has some greater purpose. I was expecting him to pull out an Apple of Eden at the end and start mind controlling everyone. His speech for sure is part of a PR message he's been sent to the media. Your trust is unfounded. Our issues are your fault. We're actually really, really great. I think addressing the delay as by saying that the Shadows is not up to standard with other games coming out at the minute was probably a lie. You know, I mean, he said it. It might be true. I think it's a lie. I think when he said that it's been delayed because it's not as good as other modern games, they've never been worried about that. Assassin's Creed has never been a pioneer in technology. I think... Oh my god, what if the BAFTA was a piece of Eden? Sorry, that's a total tangent there. But what if he pulled out the BAFTA and it started glowing and then everybody went and started praying for him and stuff? Oh my god. He does actually look a bit like a Templar. I'm just saying. He has that... especially like... Sorry, I've took it off the screen now, but 1 second, let me just... You see this image here of him? That's what I'm looking at right now. And he just looks like a Templar, doesn't he? It's like, that's Crawford Starrick right there. The King from Hamilton House speech. I love that. Yeah, Jonathan Groff. What a good role. Yeah, that's quite funny. I like, oh man, I really like Hamilton. Especially when it gets into the Assassin's Creed 3 lore. Then it gets really good. Like, when Charles Lee shows up, oh my god. Modern day AC game. Mark is the Grandmaster of the Order and the BAFTA is the artifact. Yes, absolutely. He looks like if Rodrigo Borgia lost weight. Oh my god. Oh god. He's Warren Viddick's successor. Warren Viddick does need a successor because Otto Berg got paralysed in Odyssey. So we still don't know what's happening with the Templars at the minute. That's really funny. He's, yeah, bro's looking a little evil, not gonna lie. The political stuff he said at the end there really cemented for me that I don't really want to listen to anything else this guy says, to be honest. I'm a little bit... I don't align with your views, sir. King Washington modern day. What word did I use for YouTube to censor it? What word? Sorry. What? Did YouTube censor you? That wasn't me. I don't know if... What happened? Did you try and send a comment and it censored it? I don't have any filters on my comments. I should probably not say that, but yeah, I don't have any filters on my comments, so I don't know if there's anything. Open widget. 2126. No, it says that my streams... Otso Berg isn't paralyzed anymore, is he not? Oh, maybe he can get back to being Mr. Templar man. When did he get unparalyzed? Probably the word... Oh, yeah. That makes sense, yeah, because of... Yeah, I understand that. Maybe you just spoke the truth about Templars and YouTube had to remove it. Yeah, it reminds me of German a little bit. He can't, man. Imagine if German actually spoke with a French accent. It would actually sound a lot like him. Look, I'm not trying to say that this guy's a Templar, okay? I know that we're joking a lot, but I don't actually think this guy is evil. I just think he's getting a little bit too into it, if you know what I mean. Like, he's a little bit obsessed with changing Assassin's Creed into being sort of, you know. He thinks that Assassin's Creed has more influence than it does on, like, politics, I want to say, and I don't think that's true. Just focus on making a good game, dude. If it's not about left or right, why have recent protagonists being almost exclusively leftist? Also, isn't openness like the entire point of leftist? Right, it's about close. I don't know. I don't want to get political about it. I just don't think he should have brought it up at all. I don't care what political aligning he has, or anyone has, really. But he shouldn't have brought it up in terms of Assassin's Creed, you know. It's a video game. It's not about... The problem was, like, it's okay to have those things in the game, but it's not good to say that you're trying to do more outside the game. Like, you're trying to push... I don't... yeah. Not talking about that anymore. Bro healed himself with an Isu artifact. Can't remember what one, but then escaped from the assassins. Oh, is that in the where was it? Pythagoras' little place. His little room. Because Layla left with the staff, didn't she? And then, I don't know what happened next, but if you're telling me that he got some sort of Isu artifact, then that's good, you know. I liked Otso Berg. I wasn't happy when they killed him off, or not killed him off. I thought they had killed him. Didn't realise that he'd only lost his ability to walk, but I'm glad he's back in action. I liked him. Untapped potential there with Otso Berg, honestly. You know, he's Shea's descendant. And I love Shea. You know? I don't know how to send that comment without it being censored. Whatever, I don't know. Okay. I don't know what comment you were trying to send. I mean, what was the sort of gist of it, I guess? I don't know. Still confused as to, like, how this happened. Like, the BAFTAs have nothing to do with Assassin's Creed. Wow, that's quite fun, though, you know. I've been scrolling through the comments there, and there are people who are still bringing up the controversy. Still blaming the fans for their shitty situation is appalling. That's what he said, apparently. I think he was practicing for the Templar role in Shadows. Otso Berg is related to shit. Am I right? Yeah. Yeah, I think he is. Or maybe I've misunderstood. Because doesn't Otso Berg have, like, characteristics of Shea? I thought that when you play as Shea in Rogue, it's because it's Otso Berg showing you the Templar ideology. Am I right there? If I'm wrong, then let me know. But I think she is Otzo's ancestor. That's how they've got the DNA. The problem is that politics in AC stopped being about historical politics. Now it's about modern politics dressed as history. That's an interesting point. They did used to deal with politics of the time, which I thought was like, even a little bits like, they talk about religion and stuff in Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, and it felt quite sort of natural, I guess, for the game. Why is stream so laggy? He's being rendered at 5 FPS. Oh, is it bad? I could try and stop the stream and then restart it. I'm so sorry this is happening. I don't know how this is happening. He and she aren't related. Ah, okay. I didn't know that. I just presumed because Otzo looked like she that there would be like some correlation there. I'm really sorry about the stream. Let me just it feels bad, man. Let me just oh, that looks really bad. Guys, I'm gonna I'm gonna stop the stream, I think, because this looks really bad. I don't know why it looks like that, because it didn't before. Guys, I'm gonna stop this and then I'm gonna pop back, okay? So I'll oh, maybe I should just end it here, to be fair, because it's 1 hour 48. Yeah. Give me 1 minute. Let me stop the stream and then I'll change the settings and I'll try and pop back. I'll try and do a new stream, okay? So I'll see you hopefully in a couple of minutes.